So the army, I mean, I saw Michael O'Leary kind of threw this out there, and I thought it was just a bit of publicity a little while ago, but it looks like the army could be brought into the
This is kind of why it's gas, because, like, you know, it is one of those lines that everyone uses whenever there's another one of the sequence of crises in Irish public service provision. Can we send in the army, you know? When, from time to time, as in COVID or when there's a bus strike or something like that, we all remember the Reeling in the Ears footage of the army vans going around instead of the buses. So, like, they do this, and this is part of their function. It's called aid to the civil power. It's part of their prescribed function under, you know, the governing articles of association. I think the problem here is, one, they said they weren't going to have to do this in the airport because everyone said, well, we send in the army, and the government and the army said, no, not needed. And now all of a sudden they're turning around and saying, actually, maybe, we do need that. So there's a bit of a, you know, there's a bit of going back on your word there. And then secondly, there's this problem running along in the background, which is obviously we know there's a recruitment and retention crisis and a circumstances crisis in the defence forces as well, you know, and they're not allowed to organise a lobby for themselves in public service pay talks and all the rest of it.
But PD4 have come out and said, we're not doing this for...
Exactly. They're kind of saying, you know, we're not just the fallback for when parts of the state fall apart. We have an actual function here. It's defending the state. And, like, if you're just using us as a plug-and-play workforce when, you know, something breaks effectively, how can we be expected to do our duties? The army.
What do you mean, what are they doing?
I mean, if they are available to be recruited in to just go to the airport, I mean, you know, I know that they've obviously, when they're going off doing peacekeeping missions and lots of important things. Yeah. But if they are in Ireland and we're seeing the tourism industry is really under pressure, it's not a good look for Ireland, why not recruit them in?
Well, look, that's obviously the calculus that the government has made, you know, that this is part of the aid to the civil power kind of mission that they do, but you can understand as well why someone...
Is it doing it respectfully? Is that what the problem is there?
Is it doing respectfully and, like, you know, just basically, is this really a function for the army just to be kind of, like, parachuted in? I suppose they probably like a bit of the old parachute, but...
I agree,
But, you know, just whenever something doesn't quite stick together, is the best we can do really repurposing the army? And how do they kind of, you know, pay attention to all the tasks that they're supposed to do?
But we are so dependent on tourism here.
As well.
Yeah, but we are so dependent on tourism, and all you have to do is look at all the pictures on social media of the state of the airport. It's clear that they're overwhelmed. People are missing their flights. People are losing out on family holidays that they've scrimped and saved for several years, and they've lost it.
Reading something about it yesterday in Dublin Airport, Terminal 1, they reckon that no flights went out on time. That there's a delay to every flight and people are being changed from one gate to the next gate to the next gate because there's such a shortage. And it's a really bad picture, and we're seeing it across Europe as well.
Yeah.
So why not?
It's a war zone.
It's such a war zone. I mean, let us know at home, 0896 111 111. Do you think that the army should be brought in to try and help the situation, or is that, I mean, really the DA, it's a semi-state organisation.
That's the thing, it's a commercial organisation, like it is semi-state, so the state is the shareholder, but, like, it is a commercial organisation which is supposed to organise its own affairs in such a manner that it doesn't need something as extreme and radical as the army coming in to bail it out just because it is a really important piece of infrastructure.
But the criticism is that they let so many people go.
Exactly, but sure, that's poor strategic decision-making, you know, like, I mean, you don't see the ESB, which is a commercial semi-state, or Coillte not having enough people to cut down the trees and process them and asking, you know, can we get the army in? You know?
Maybe they will from now on.